Guys, today I have for you something really spicy, and I mean it, because in this build you have actually more DPS than you need to wipe legendary rooms in seconds. This setup hits harder than your ex because you have crowd control, and crowd control leads us to extra healing and skill damage. It goes hand to hand. Absolutely nasty. We have almost 50% protection from elites. That makes us immortal. You have combat medic power. You have skill damage at its apex. There is nothing or nobody that can stop you. This build should be used by you today, man! Create this build, although it's quite tricky to get all the necessary pieces, but that's totally worth you. Uncle Butcher in the building, the one and only. If you're new here, hey, hit that like, smash that sub, or leave a handful comment. It really depends on your preference, but please don't be like this changa laying on the ground doing nothing. Come on, you're better than that. But as may you guessed, in this build I'm using insane amount of talents and synergies. One of that synergy in this build is of course Sledgehammer talent on your lefty shotgun, which is perfect sledgehammer, and survival specialization. Why survival specialization? Because it will provide you fire grenades. You're gonna stop bosses chungas by throwing those. Grenades will damage your enemies. You will slow down the bosses really easily, and you have insane amount of damage. And not only that, but also Sledgehammer will increase your skill damage as well, so your skills will deal more damage to the armor. Next core synergy is of course between our specialization and Bluescreen exotic LMG. Why this LMG is so goddamn important? Because you can spray and pray, the magazine allows that, and you're gonna mark the enemies, but I will get to the details a little bit later. Before we continue, quick run today's sponsor, Diving.net. If you don't have enough time or good teammates, but you still want to have all the best items in your game, then Diving.net is set for you. They have absolutely amazing team on consoles. They will complete your order super quick. Everything happens through account sharing. This service has been working for many years. They have tons of customer reviews, but now with my promo code RBDIV, you will have 50% discount on absolutely all services on all games. So definitely check these guys out, and if you have any questions, drop comment down below or contact the operator. But now let's get back to this OP legendary hybrid build or skill build, you name it. It's really difficult to label this build in one category because you have everything, and especially when you want to create your legendary setups, you have to answer one critical question: where you're gonna get survivability. And in this build I'm using healing hive. I'm getting pretty insane amount of healing. My medkits from survival specialization will heal not only me but my teammates in nearby or in close range. I think in 20-meter radius. Correct me in the comment section down below if I'm wrong, but I think it was 20 meters. That's still enough to be really effective.
Serious trauma.
And yeah, basically both of my talents on chest piece and backpack will boost not only my skill damage but also my repair skill. And yeah, since we have 50% protection from elites, we are immortal, baby. And in general, if you want to be updated with all the best PvP, PV builds, you have to click that sub and like, just like my mama says to my papa, come to me and I will give you barbecue chicken. So long story short, it's not wasting your time, we will use specialization here, aka survivalist. Really dope specialization in this build because by applying status effects you are increasing your DPS output as well, and actually your teammates will deal more damage to status affected enemies as well. On top of that, you have fire grenades which will work really well with lefty name a shotgun with perfect sledgehammer talent. You have extra protection from elites, repair skill, and yeah, pretty goddamn dope specialization to have. And yeah, medkit's gonna heal not only you but your teammates For the weapons, I'm using lefty, just like I said before, named shotgun, which was introduced to us in Title Update 16 with perfect sledgehammer talent. It's absolutely amazing actually, because sledgehammer talent will work not only with your weapon damage, but with your skill damage as well. So your skills will deal immediately more damage when this talent is active. But by throwing grenade, not only you will activate sledgehammer, but also you will activate Bloody Knuckles exotic gloves, and that will increase your DPS even further. Like I said, it's perfect synergy. Your specialization again will increase your DPS by throwing grenades, fire grenades. Your Bloody Knuckles gloves will be active and Sledgehammer will be active. Insane synergy. And speaking about status effects, I'm using Bluescreen exotic LMG, and this LMG, oh my goodness, you can spray and pray, get those stacks, and basically on kill you're gonna spread status effects. Again, status affected enemies will receive more damage from you and your teammates, don't forget that. For that reason, survival specialization is OP, but also it will trigger our backpack talent. And I'm using shock and off talent. Amazing synergy, guys, if you ask me. Even if I will run out of my grenades, Bluescreen exotic LMG will trigger shock and off talent. Amazing synergy, guys. Just like I said, it's maybe a little bit complex to understand at first, but I think it's pretty goddamn self-explanatory why I'm using these weapons with this setup. For the pistol, I am using named pistol with InSync, and this pistol will provide me with extra skill tier. And if you're gonna play with on legendary difficulty with directives applied, most likely you will be short on ammo, so you need pistol with InSync, and with that pistol I will sit at maximum skill tiers. For the gear, I'm using 3 pieces from Empress International gear set. 3-piece brand set bonus will provide me with skill health, skill damage, and skill efficiency. For chest piece, I'm using again Empress International with kinetic momentum. Kinetic momentum will give me 15% skill damage and 30% repair skill, and since my second skill is healing hive, that's perfect synergy. I'm getting skill damage and healing non-stop. Amazing boost. For the attributes, you should go for skill damage and armor regen. In my opinion, armor regen is absolutely amazing in any skill setups, so go for skill damage and armor regen. If you don't have to use status effects, like for example in Echo's Protocol build, then you don't need skill haste or status effects on any other builds, so use skill damage and armor regen. For holster, I'm using new Picaros named holster with skill tier, armor regen, and this holster will give me extra 15% weapon damage. Again, this holster was introduced to game with Title Update 16. For backpack, I'm using Empress International with shock and off talent. Shock and off talent will be activated in our case with Bluescreen exotic LMG. Just look at this example. Right now, there is shock and off talent inactive. Boom, I killed enemy, my stacks with Bluescreen is pretty decent, and I activated shock and off talent. My skill damage and repair skill is immediately increased. Perfect synergy, man. Amazing. Like I said, if you will run out of your grenades, fire grenades, don't worry, Bluescreen exotic LMG will do the dirty work, and I would encourage you to use Bluescreen with your setup and use fire grenades only when you want to use sledgehammer, aka lefty shotgun. So use fire grenades with your lefty shotgun, and that's it. That's the synergy number 1. And Bluescreen with your gear, that's synergy number 2. For the gloves, I'm using Bloody Knuckles exotic gloves, which will provide me with insane amount of extra weapon damage. 15% from the gloves and extra 25 by throwing grenade on our damaging enemy. It's kinda nuts, man. Really dope synergy with my Picaros holster. And again, Bloody Knuckles was introduced to us with title update 16. For the knee pads, I'm using Wyvern for skill damage reasons. Again, as attributes, I'm rocking with armor regen and skill damage. And in mods everywhere, use protection from elites, and you're gonna slap legendary difficulty with these. I think this build is super dope, super interesting, and it's really effective. Give it a go, you will not be disappointed. Butcher drops the mic, have a dope weekend, bye.